What if I told you that everything we thought we knew about Eminem and 50 Cent's brotherhood was only the surface? That behind the smiles, the loyalty, and the legendary music, there was a secret revelation so explosive, it left even people inside Shady Records speechless? Today, we're diving into a shocking story, a hidden chapter in their relationship that was never supposed to come out. Because recently, something happened. A private conversation leaked. A mysterious document surfaced. And suddenly, whispers started spreading through the industry. Did Eminem and 50 Cent have a secret falling out? Was their loyalty tested? Is there someone else involved? And here's the craziest part. Multiple insiders claim this revelation could change how fans view their entire history. We're talking betrayal rumors, emotional breakdowns, unexpected alliances, and even money being kept secret. Some say Eminem hid something from 50, others say 50 confronted M in a way he never has before. And now, people close to them are choosing sides. Fans are shocked. The industry is buzzing. And the truth? It's way deeper than anyone expected. This isn't just friendship. This is power, loyalty, and legacy on the line. Get ready, because what you're about to hear is insane. For years, the world believed Eminem and 50 Cent had one of the strongest bonds in hip-hop, built on loyalty, respect, and survival. They went through battles together, took over the industry, and stood by each other when everyone else turned their backs. But what if that bond wasn't as unbreakable as we thought? What if there was something beneath the surface? A secret that could change everything? It all started a few months ago at a private industry event in Los Angeles. Nobody outside the inner circle even knew Eminem was attending. He rarely shows up to public functions. But when people saw 50 Cent walk in a few minutes later, fans online went crazy. "The Kings are in the same building," someone tweeted. But those who were actually there noticed something strange. They didn't walk in together. They didn't greet each other. They didn't even make eye contact. At first, people brushed it off. Maybe they were busy. Maybe it was nothing. But the energy was off. Backstage, a quiet tension floated in the air. A few Shady Records staff members whispered to each other, confused. Did they argue? One asked. They're always laughing and messing around. This feels weird. Even Paul Rosenberg, Eminem's manager for decades, seemed nervous. He kept glancing between the two artists as if waiting for something to happen. 50 stayed surrounded by his crew, cracking jokes and acting normal, but he occasionally gave a look toward Eminem that didn't feel friendly. More like calculated. As for Eminem, he stayed silent, barely speaking to anyone. He looked deep in thought, almost stressed. Finally, the moment everyone was waiting for arrived. The event's host invited both Eminem and 50 Cent on stage for a surprise tribute segment. The crowd erupted. Phones out. Flashing lights, pure hype. But when they stood next to each other, the chemistry was gone, no handshake. No playful banter, just professional smiles. They said kind words to the crowd, talked about their history, and thanked the fans. On the surface, everything looked normal. But anyone who truly knew them could tell. Something had changed. When they walked off stage, a conversation happened that nobody was supposed to hear. "Yo, we still not gonna talk about it?" 50 said, his tone low but sharp. Eminem didn't look at him. "Not here." 50 scoffed. "You know this can't stay buried forever." A staff member nearby froze in place. Buried what was buried? What did 50 mean? Eminem sighed, finally looking at 50. "We'll handle it. Just not now." 50 stared at him for a long moment, then he nodded, but his eyes said something different. This wasn't over. Not even close. Word started spreading fast. Not among fans yet, but among insiders. Phone calls were made. Something's going on between M and 50. Did they have a falling out? Is there beef? One anonymous producer claimed he overheard an argument weeks earlier during a private studio session. It wasn't loud, but the tension was real, he said. Fee accused M of hiding something. M said he was protecting him. It got personal. Meanwhile, fans online started noticing little things. 50 wasn't reposting Eminem content like he usually did. Eminem didn't mention 50 in a recent interview. A fan tweeted, "Anyone else feel like something weird is going on between them?" The tweet got thousands of likes. But the biggest red flag came when 50 made a cryptic post on Instagram. A black and white photo of him and Eminem from 2003, with the caption, "Funny how loyalty works," until the truth shows up. The internet exploded. What truth? Is he talking about M? Is this promo or real drama? 50 didn't respond. He just let the chaos build. That's when things went from suspicious to alarming. A former Shady Records employee who left the label years ago suddenly went live on Instagram. He claimed there was a secret agreement between Eminem and 50, something involving millions of dollars. And betrayal. I'm telling you, if the public finds out what really happened back then, they'll never look at them the same, he said. Someone's been holding back the truth. Comments flooded in instantly. Spill it! What are you talking about? Is this about money? Who betrayed who? The man didn't say more. He just ended the live abruptly, leaving everyone furious and confused. But one thing was clear. Something big had gone down in the past, and it was coming back to the surface. Later that night, 50 Cent was seen leaving a private meeting with his longtime friend and G-Unit member, Tony Yayo. Paparazzi asked him questions. Is there drama with Eminem? Are the rumors true? 50 didn't answer. He just smirked. That smirk told the world everything. It was real. Back in Detroit, Eminem reportedly canceled a studio session without explanation. Some say he was furious. Others say he was heartbroken. A close friend told a journalist off the record, "Em feels like he's being cornered." He didn't want this out. Not like this. Cornered? What was he hiding? And why was 50 ready to expose it? To understand the truth, we have to go back to the early 2000s. Before the fame, before the millions, before G-Unit became a global powerhouse. Because according to inside sources, the secret didn't start recently. It started at the very beginning of their partnership. One former Interscope executive hinted at it during a private conversation. Let's just say if 50 knew everything from day one, he might not have trusted Eminem the same way. Fans always believed Eminem discovered 50 purely out of respect and talent. But what if there was something else involved? Something deeper, something hidden. Fast forward to today, the tension is growing. Insiders are leaking bits of information. Former employees are talking. And 50 Cent, known for never staying silent, is preparing to speak. But here's the twist. Someone else has entered the picture. Someone who is close to them both. Someone who holds the missing piece. And that person is ready to talk. The industry is bracing itself. The fans are restless. The truth is on the edge of exploding. And when it does, it might destroy everything. The truth wasn't born overnight. It was planted years ago, quietly, carefully, and intentionally. And now, for the first time in decades, the past was fighting its way back to the surface, ready to destroy everything in its path. After that tense event in Los Angeles, both Eminem and 50 Cent retreated into silence, but the world around them didn't. Fans and bloggers were hunting for clues nonstop. Industry insiders were making calls. And someone, no one knows who, was feeding little pieces of the puzzle to the media. Then came the bomb that lit the fuse. A leaked email started circulating among hip-hop journalists. It wasn't confirmed, but it looked real. The sender? A former Interscope accountant. The content? A reference to a financial arrangement between Eminem and 50 from 2002. One that 50 allegedly didn't know existed. The email implied that when Eminem signed 50, there was a separate clause negotiated behind closed doors, involving ownership, percentages, and future revenue. And the wording was chilling. This agreement must remain confidential. Disclosure could lead to conflict. Conflict. The word hit fans like a punch. Had Eminem made a move to protect 50, or had he made a move to protect himself? The internet split in half. Eminem saved 50's life. He would never betray him. Wake up. Business is business. Nobody is innocent in this industry. Meanwhile, 50 Cent still hadn't commented publicly, but he was making moves privately. Sources close to him said he was furious. Not because of the money, but because he felt something had been hidden from him. And if there's one thing 50 hates more than anything, it's being lied to. Tony Yayo reportedly told a friend, he ain't mad about the past. He's mad that after all these years, it's coming out like this. If M had just told him, things would be different. But Eminem had his own side of the story. According to someone in Shady Records, M believed he did what he had to do back then to make the deal happen. People don't understand. Interscope didn't fully trust 50 at first, the insider said. Eminem went to war for him. He made calls, broke rules, pulled strings. If he didn't make certain compromises, 50 might never have been signed. So what was the truth? Did Eminem protect 50? Or control him? The line between loyalty and manipulation was becoming painfully blurred. And just when things couldn't get more complicated, Ja Rule entered the chat. Out of nowhere, Ja Rule made a shady post on X, Twitter. Told y'all for years. Y'all just didn't listen. The entire internet went nuts. For years. Y'all just didn't listen. The entire internet went nuts. Is Ja talking about Eminem and 50? Did he know something? Bro, this beef is 20 years old. Why is he laughing now? But Ja wasn't done. Hours later, he posted again. Truth always comes out. Some of y'all ain't as real as you pretend. 50 Cent responded. With silence. And that silence was loud. People close to him said he was trying to stay calm, trying not to explode. Yet. But then came the moment that changed everything. A private phone call between Eminem and 50 Cent was reportedly recorded by someone in the room. No one knows who leaked it. But this audio clip hit the underground forums like wildfire. It wasn't the full conversation, just a short 20-second clip. But it was enough to send the entire hip-hop world into chaos. Cent, angry. You should have told me. After everything I did for you, after everything we built, you kept this from me? Eminem, frustrated. It wasn't like that. I was trying to help you. 50, help me? By lying to me? Eminem, you don't understand the pressure I was under? 50, nah, you don't understand what loyalty means. Then the clip cut off. Fans were stunned, emotional, confused. Why are two legends fighting like this? This is deeper than money. This is personal. And they were right. It wasn't about contracts. It wasn't about fame or ego. It was about trust, because the truth was, Eminem did keep something hidden. But the question was, why? A few days later, Dr. Dre got involved. Dre, the silent mastermind who rarely comments on drama, requested a private meeting with both of them in Los Angeles. Not a phone call. Not a Zoom, a real face-to-face meeting. The industry held its breath. If anyone could fix this, it was Dre. He was the foundation. The one who brought both Eminem and 50 into the game. He was the glue. But the meeting didn't go as planned. According to someone who worked security that day, the three of them were in the studio for nearly 4 hours. Voices were raised. Doors were slammed. At one point, people outside heard 50 yell, "So I was just your project?" Eminem reportedly stormed out halfway through, slamming the door behind him, and stayed inside the studio with Dre. No one knows what was said. But when 50 finally left, his face said it all. He was done pretending everything was okay. The media caught wind instantly. Eminem and 50 leave tense, meeting with Dr. Dre. Brotherhood falling apart? Is this the end? Fans were heartbroken. People started posting old clips of them joking together. Old interviews, old songs. Nostalgia filled the internet with comments like, "This can't be happening." Not M and 50. They were the definition of loyalty. But while fans were grieving, someone else was preparing to speak. A mysterious Instagram page appeared, claiming to have the full story. At first, everyone ignored it. They thought it was fake. But then the page posted a photo no one had ever seen before. A picture of Eminem, 50 Cent, and a high-level Interscope executive sitting at a table with a document in front of them. The caption read, "You were never supposed to see this. But it's time." The post went viral in minutes. Who was running the page? How did they get that photo? What did the document contain? Everyone had questions. No one had answers, but then the page announced something even more shocking. Tomorrow, 8 p.m., the truth drops. The world stopped. People set reminders. YouTubers scheduled live streams. Fans prepared themselves emotionally. Because this wasn't just gossip anymore. This was history. And when 8 p.m. finally came, the truth detonated like a bomb. Hot p.m. Millions of eyes were locked onto one mysterious Instagram page. The username was unfamiliar. No profile picture, no bio, no previous posts. Just one message. The truth drops now. Then it happened. A 10-minute video was posted. No voiceover. No fancy editing, just documents, screenshots, and a timeline of events that would shake hip-hop to its core. At first, it looked like business contracts from early 2002. But then the camera zoomed in on one line that made the internet gasp. Exclusive ownership stake allocation. 50 Cent, 35%. Shady Records, 15%. Aftermath, Interscope, 50%. Fans were confused. Wait, why does 50 only have 35% of his own deal? Then the video showed another page, one that changed everything. A confidential writer agreement. Signed by Interscope. Signed by Shady Records. And signed by Eminem. This writer stated that Shady Records would receive an additional 10% of 50 Cent's future earnings from G-Unit-related projects. Without disclosure, meaning Eminem made more money off 50 than 50 ever knew. The internet erupted. No way Eminem did this. 50 got played? This has to be fake. Where's the proof that 50 didn't know? But then the final document appeared. A memo from an Interscope executive to Eminem and Paul Rosenberg, Eminem's manager, that read, "Reminder, 50 Cent must not be informed of the rider to avoid complications. Disclosure would jeopardize the signing." Silence, shock, disbelief. The video ended with one final message. This is only the beginning. Within seconds, chaos took over the internet. Eminem exposed or 50 Cent betrayed our shady truth millions of tweets, comments, videos. YouTubers were going live. Fans were arguing, people were crying. Because if this was true, Eminem, the man known for loyalty, may have secretly benefited from 50's success behind his back. But it wasn't that simple. Because just as the world was ready to cancel Eminem, 50 Cent reacted. And instead of denial, instead of anger, he dropped a bomb. He posted a black screen with one sentence. "I always knew." The world froze. Wait, what? If 50 always knew, why was he angry? Why was he confronting Eminem? Why did he act blindsided? Minutes later, 50 posted again, this time a video clip from an old interview circa 2005. In the clip, he said something most people ignored back then. "I know how the business works. People think they know what I get, but they don't know the real numbers. I know everything in my contracts. Because I read them." The internet lost its mind. Bro, 50 knew? Then what's the real problem? This is deeper than money. Exactly. And that's when someone very close to the situation finally spoke up. Lloyd Banks. Banks went live on Instagram, clearly uncomfortable but tired of the lies. "I love both of them," he started. But people got it twisted. This ain't about money. It's about respect. It's about the fact that something happened back then. Something big. And neither of them ever truly dealt with it. Fans begged in the comments, "What happened?" Banks hesitated. Then he said something that made everyone's heart stop. There was someone else involved. Someone who's gone now. Gone? Before anyone could process it, he ended the live. The internet exploded with theories. Is he talking about Proof? Did something happen with Proof? Did Proof know about the deal? Did Proof say something before he died? And suddenly, all eyes turned to the one name that connected them both emotionally. Proof. Proof wasn't just Eminem's best friend. He was family. He was the one who believed in M before the fame. He was the one who introduced M and 50. He was the bridge. If Proof knew the truth, everything could change. Hours later, a post appeared from someone claiming to be Proof's cousin. Most ignored it until he dropped a bombshell. Proof warned them. He told them this contract would come back to haunt them. He told them to fix it while they still could. People were stunned. Was this the reason for the tension? Did Proof try to stop something before he died? And did Eminem ignore him? Suddenly, this wasn't about money, or contracts, or percentages. This was about guilt, responsibility, pain, and then, finally, the two men at the center of this storm were forced into the light. Cent went live. Thousands joined. Then tens of thousands. Then hundreds of thousands. It became one of the biggest Instagram lives in hip-hop history. 50 sat in front of the camera, silent at first. The comments were going insane. Tell us the truth. Is Eminem fake? Did you know about the Ryder deal? Did Eminem betray you? 50 took a deep breath. I knew about the deal. I always knew, he said calmly. Eminem didn't do it to rob me. He did it because Interscope didn't believe in me. They only signed me because he fought for me. He had to give up something. So I let him. I didn't care about percentages. I was broke. I needed a shot. The comments exploded with confusion. So why are you mad then? 50 continued. I wasn't mad about the past. I was mad because he never told me the full story. There was more. There was something he kept from me. About Proof, about what really happened before he died. Fans were speechless. There was a conversation they had, 50 said quietly. Proof told Eminem something important about me. Something that could have changed everything. And M never told me. The chat went crazy. What did Proof say? What did Eminem hide? Why did Proof come up? 50's eyes got cold. You want to know what this is really about? It's not business. It's not contracts. It's emotional. It's personal. He leaned closer to the camera. Eminem made a decision that affected both our lives forever and he never trusted me enough to tell me. The comments were exploding, begging, screaming, demanding the truth. What decision? What did he hide? What did Eminem do? 50 stared at the camera for a long moment. Then he said the words that changed everything. Proof tried to warn me about something Eminem did behind my back. And I didn't listen, because I trusted him. The connection ended. Millions of fans stared at their screens in disbelief. Proof warned 50. Eminem did something behind his back? Something bigger than money? Something unforgivable? The entire world was asking the same question. What did Eminem do? Unforgivable? The entire world was asking the same question. What did Eminem do? And the answer was darker than anyone imagined. The world was frozen. Millions of fans sat in silence after 50 Cent ended his live. Everyone was asking the same terrifying question. What did Eminem do? It was no longer about contracts. No longer about percentages. This went deeper, darker, or personal. And the only person who could answer was Eminem. For 24 hours, he said nothing. No tweets, no interviews, no statement. Then, just when the pressure reached its peak, Eminem finally broke the silence. He didn't post on social media. He didn't call TMZ. Instead, he requested a private face-to-face meeting with 50 Cent in Detroit, at the very studio where they made Patiently Waiting. That alone sent chills down people's spines. That studio was their birthplace, their legacy, and now it might become the place where it all ended. Inside the studio, the final confrontation. When 50 arrived, Eminem was already there, sitting alone in the dark, staring at the floor. No security, no crew. No managers, just them. The air was heavy, silent, deadly. 50 stepped forward. We're doing this now. Eminem nodded slowly. Yeah. For a moment, neither of them spoke. The silence felt like a wall. Then 50 finally said it. Tell me what you've been hiding since Proof died. Eminem closed his eyes. And then he told the truth. Not about money, not about contracts. About Proof. Before he died, Em said quietly, Proof came to me. He told me, there were people coming after you. 50's eyes narrowed. What? Labels, executives, other artists. They were planning to blacklist you after Get Rich or Die Tryin' blew up. They thought you were too powerful, too unpredictable. 50 scoffed. They always hated me, so what? Eminem swallowed hard. They offered me a deal. 50 froze. Em's voice shook. They wanted me to distance myself from you, slowly, quietly, stop promoting you, stop defending you, let you falls alone. 50 didn't move, didn't blink, and if I agreed, Em continued. They promised me protection, favor, more push, more control. 50's jaw clenched. And if you didn't? Eminem looked up, eyes red. They said they'd bury both of us. Silence, cold, sharp, deadly. 50 stepped forward slowly. So what did you do? Eminem took a breath that sounded like it hurt. I told them no. The room stayed still, but, Em whispered, they didn't give up. They came back again. And again. Bigger offers. Bigger threats. And then, Eminem's voice broke. Proof found out. 50's eyes widened. Proof came to me, angry, Em said, tears forming. He told me to cut the deal completely. To tell you everything. To stand together. 50's voice was ice. And did you? Eminem looked away. I told him I'd handle it. 50 stared at him. Handle it how? Em's hands shook. He was unraveling. I made a move. Without telling you or Proof. 50's tone dropped an octave. What move? Eminem's next words felt like a stab in the heart. I signed an agreement to take more ownership in G Unit. To make it harder for them to separate us. I thought I was protecting us. By tying us together financially. 50 blinked. Confusion and rage mixing. You took more control of my brand? To protect me? Eminem nodded, tears in his eyes. I was scared, man. They were coming after us. I didn't know what else to do. I thought if I locked us in business together, they couldn't touch you without touching me. 50 shook his head slowly. But you didn't tell me. I was going to, Eminem cried. But then, Proof died. The room went dead silent. Eminem's voice cracked as he continued. After Proof was gone, I fell apart. I wasn't thinking straight. I was drowning. And the longer I waited, the harder it got. I was ashamed. I felt like I betrayed both of you. 50 stared at him, breathing heavy, processing. "So Proof knew," 50 said. "He tried to warn me." Eminem nodded, crying. "He told me, if you don't tell 50 the truth, it will destroy everything." He was right. 50 clenched his fists. "Why didn't you trust me?" Eminem's answer was a whisper of pure pain. "Because I was afraid to lose you." 50 froze. "I've lost everyone," Em said, voice shaking. "My dad, my friends, my wife, my sanity. Proof was my brother. When he died, I couldn't lose you too. So I held on, even if it meant holding a secret." The silence wasn't anger anymore, it was heartbreak. 50 looked at Eminem. The man who gave him his shot stood beside him in every war, rode or died for him. And for the first time, he saw the truth. This wasn't greed. This wasn't betrayal. This was fear. This was grief. This was a broken man failing, to protect the last brother he had left. 50 sat down across from M. The tension shifted. "You should have told me," he said quietly. "I know," M whispered. "You hurt me more by hiding it than the deal itself." "I know." 50 looked down at the floor for a long time. Then he said something no one expected. "I would have done the same for you." Tears rolled down Eminem's face. "But," 50 continued firmly, "we can't build on lies." "Not us," Eminem nodded. "So what do we do?" 50 took a deep breath. "We tell the world the truth, together." Eminem hesitated. "Are you sure?" 50 smirked. "Let them talk. Let them judge. They can't break what's real." For the first time in months, Em smiled. It was small, but real. They stood up. They looked each other in the eye. 50 extended his hand. Eminem didn't shake it. He pulled 50 into a hug. And in that moment, the world didn't know it yet, but hip-hop was about to witness the greatest comeback of brotherhood ever seen. But just when we thought it was over, the studio door opened. Dr. Dre walked in, face pale. "There's something you both need to see," he said, handing them a phone. A new video had just been uploaded by the same mysterious page. Title, "The Truth You Still Don't Know." Eminem and 50 looked at each other in shock. "Still?" 50 muttered. Eminem tensed. "What else is there?" Dre swallowed. "This one isn't about contracts. It's about why they tried to separate you in the first place." 50 frowned. "Why?" Dre hesitated. "Because someone very close to you set it in motion." Eminem's heart stopped. 50 stepped forward. "Who?" Dre's voice was heavy. "Someone you both trusted." The video began to play, and the face that appeared on screen made their blood run cold. What just happened between Eminem and 50 Cent has left the entire world speechless. From decades of brotherhood to shocking secrets, hidden sacrifices, raw confessions, and emotional breakdowns. This wasn't just rap drama. This was a real story of loyalty, pain, and truth. Even after everything, one thing is clear, their bond is deeper than music. 50 didn't walk away when he learned the truth. Eminem didn't hide anymore. They stood face to face, exposed every wound, and still chose respect over ego. That's rare in this industry. That's why fans are saying this is bigger than rap. This is family. But now, the world is asking the big questions. Will they publicly address this situation? Will Eminem finally speak on what really happened with Proof and that restructured deal? Will 50 reveal everything in a future interview? Will this new transparency make them stronger or create brand new problems? Could this lead to one final historic album or the end of an era? One thing is certain, this story is far from over. The entire industry is watching. The fans are divided. And the next move these two legends make could change hip-hop forever. And now it's your turn to speak up. Do you think Eminem was wrong for hiding the truth? Do you think 50 handled it like a real friend? Do you believe this bond can survive anything? Or is there still more they're not telling us? Let me know your thoughts in the comments right now. If you found this deep dive into the most shocking revelation in hip-hop powerful, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next twist in this insane story. Because trust me, this is just the beginning.